First time I went golfing, I thought it was going to be the easiest sport since I'd been playing baseball my whole life. I thought that my baseball abilities and talents would carry over to make it 10 times easier, but I was wrong. For most sports, such as football and baseball, being athletic, it can take you a long way, but it doesn't work that way for golf. Anyone can go outside and catch a football for the first time or simply just tackle someone, but not a lot of people can go out and hit a golf ball cleanly their very first time. Everyone thinks that the sport is easy just because all you do is you swing a 4-foot metal rod at about a 1-inch in diameter ball and hit it to a hole that's hundreds of yards away. Well, from experience, it's not as easy as everyone says. There's much more to the game than any other sport, and that's why it's much harder than football, because of the amount of concentration needed, it being an individual sport, and having to be good at multiple aspects of the game. Golf, it takes way more concentration than football. There's a reason that fans who go to a golf tournament, they can't cheer or even talk when the golfer's preparing to setting up his ball or preparing to hit it. One must be so concentrated to help them line everything up perfectly, their hands, their feet, to give them the best opportunity with a good shot, but they also still have a high chance of messing up just off of one little slight adjustment that they might have made. But for me, if anyone was to be talking during my swing or while I'm setting up the ball, I automatically lose concentration and I always mess up. I always hit a bad shot. But in a football game, there's not really, you can't even hear the people talking beside you because it's so loud. And this is while the game's happening. And then you can, on the sidelines, you can let your mind carry you away. While in golf, you have to be locked in the whole entire time. You can get away with this in football, but if you were to do that in golf, you could just mess yourself up terribly and give up the match, basically. But another reason golf is much harder than football is because football is a team sport and golf, it's an individual sport. In football, you're on the field with 10 other players to rely on. In golf, you only have yourself. You can't rely on someone else to make a good shot for you, or if you mess up, they can't help you out. And if you make the bad shot with no one helping you out, you could do poorly on that hole and the rest of the match because of how much of a mental game it is. So let's say you're a cornerback and you miss the coverage, but luckily it's a run play and your D lineman and linebacker stop him. Or let's say you're an offensive lineman and you make the wrong block, but your running back still makes a first down. Both messed up, but they could rely on 10 other guys instead of just yourself. But you can get another chance in football, like with those examples, but you can't in golf. So another reason is there's multiple aspects of the game in golf. In football, you only have to worry about your position and that task that's your position. With golf, you have to worry about multiple things, like your swing, for example. And to make a good swing, it takes months to years to actually perfect that, to become muscle memory, to do it every time. But you also have to think, you have to make that exact same swing for 10 to roughly around 14 other clubs in your bag in order to just even be decent at the game. But you also have to back up every good shot with another good shot. And each shot is different because of the range. It can be mid-range, short range, even long range. But in football, you only have to worry about your position task. So with all this said, the amount of concentration one must attain, the multiple aspects of the game, and it being an individual sport is what makes golf harder than football.